Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's lesson, I'm going to take you through the C, that is more function and more nested loops. Before we move to the quiz, as usual, I always advise my students or whoever is following me, ensure that you go through the resources that have been provided so that at least you will have some basics. For example, we have the nested while loop, the C function, learning to program in C, what is the purpose of function, prototype, and the C enter files. Okay, let's go to the general requirement. You are required to use the VI, Vim, or Remix, or your file will be compiled on Ubuntu using the GCC, using the option. Then all the files should end up with a new line. Then the keyword, check this one, point number 4, a readme file at the root of the folder of this project. Then there is also this other part, you don't have to push the putar C. Okay, next part, the following examples, the main C are shown in the example. You can use the test for your function. Okay, now let's go direct to our quizzes. Okay, so these are the answers for the quizzes. In case you are you are having challenge to get the correct answer. For number 1, what is the output of the following piece of code? It's supposed to be number 3, answer is supposed to be number 3. Then number 1, what is the output? Answer is 1. Then what the output of the following piece of? Supposed to be 3. Then what is the output for following piece of code? 2. What is the return value of the following function? Number 1. What is the output of the following piece of code? Number 1. What is the output of the following piece of code? Number 3. What is the output of the following piece of code? Number 2. And lastly, our last question, what is the return value of the following function, which is 9, 8. Okay, now let's dive to the very most important part of our today. Okay, so our question number 1, for the task, before we dive on the task, ensure that you go through the procedures that I've prepared. Number 1, for you to get the correct code, ensure that you create all the script. That is our step number 1, from the first task all the way to the last task. Then number 2, let me do. Okay, then number 2, you have to create all main C files attached to the script. Having created all the script in step 1, step 2, you create all the main C files attached to the script. Then our last part, you compile all the code using the GCC provided. And the most obvious thing, which is now the last part, you git add, you git commit, and lastly, you git push. If you follow the procedures that as I have aligned them here, you'll get a very correct answer across all the questions that we have. Okay, now let's dive to question number 1. What is the function that checks for uppercase character? Okay, so we are told that the GitHub repository is supposed to be ELX level programming. Okay, let's go direct to this one. Okay, so ls lists. Then let's try to open our ELX low. Okay, then next step from this one, we have been told to create. We're supposed to create a directory with the name 004 function nested. So I will copy this one, then make directory and enter. Already the directory exists. So the next alternative thing that I can do to guide you through the whole thing is to alter the name of the directory to more function nested loops, then I had 2. Okay, so what I've done, I've created now this one. Okay, let me try to open my created directory, which is 2. Okay, let me see whether there's anything inside. Okay, so it's an empty one. Now remember the rule. The rule is that you must create README file at the root of the folder of the project. Okay, so next, vi README enter button. Okay, on this part, what in the most cases I will do, press enter button. Then I mostly prefer to give this part the name of the file that I'm preparing. That is a 004 C more function and for and then I click escape WQ enter button. Let me see. Okay, you can see that we have already created the README file in the root of our directory. Okay, now let's move to the next part. In our next part, we are supposed to move to this part, the main C, this part, this one. So copy this one, vi dot this one, then enter. Then on the document that I will share with you, I've already prepared the script. So you copy the script. So copy this one. Then you paste on this one. Then escape WQ enter button. Okay, so we are through on that part. Next part is the VI. Then we have this one, dash pushar C. Copy this one. I will move a little bit slow on this part so that you don't miss anything. Then enter button, insert. Okay, go to the document that I've shared at the description part. Copy the code as it is. Then I will paste here. So I will paste. Okay, escape colon WQ. I hope on this part is a little bit simple. Okay, so I think that we are through with the first major part. Okay, now let's go to the actual task that I have. So this is my initial work. So it's supposed to look like. So we have the 0 supra. So copy this one. Okay, to make the work a little bit easy, let me do this. Let me extract this one. So it will be on that side. Okay, so it's supposed to be copy the name of the file we are on our task number 1, vi, then you paste. Okay, go to the doc, to the file that I've already prepared. copy this part without leaving any up to that point. So you need to be careful to ensure that the last. I hope you're still following. So we have the VI. The procedure is the same, so you don't have to worry of anything. Then go to the code that I will have prepared. Supposed to be number 2. So this is the code for number 2. So you copy, escape, WQ, then move to the next task, VI. Copy the name of the file, enter, insert, then I will copy this one, then the next part I will move a little bit faster because by now I know that majority of us we have an idea, or rather we are sure of a way forward. Okay, insert, go to my command. Remember the procedure are the same. The procedures are the same. Okay, copy. Okay, let me to move to number 5. This is quite a simple assignment. As long as you follow my steps, you'll get the whole thing correct without having any challenge. Okay, next number 5, copy the script. Escape, VI, next part. Our number 6. Okay. I hope that we are together up to that point. Enter, insert, go to the scripts. Paste, escape, WQ, VI. Then go to the next part, number 7. Escape, WQ. Then VI. Move to number 8. You print this square. Ignore that mine is showing the blue ticks because I've already done the assignment. So I'm actually showing you how to go about the whole thing. Okay, sort. Then next part, number two more remaining. So we are almost through with our step number 1. Then our number 10, which is the 10 print triangle C. Then copy the script. Then our very last part. No, not the last part, but two after this one, we go to the last one. So we copy the name of the file, then you paste, enter, insert, then you copy the scripts, then we have the VI, then this is our last part. 101, print the C. Ensure that you go through this part, what you are required to do on each and every question. So you press enter, then I will copy the script, which is our last part. This is now the script 101, print C. Copy, insert something, missed certain part, escape and WQ, enter. So we had through with our first part. And the first part is this one. Remember, we have 3 steps. Step number one is to create all the script. Okay, now let's move to number 2, this one. For number 2, we are supposed to create the main C file attached to the script. Okay, for the first one, I'll take you slow so that you can get what I mean. Okay, so go to your first script. So on this one, the main, remember, we are told that you create all the main C file attached to the script. Okay, let me push it there, please. So you create all the main C files attached to the script, and this is our script. So this part. So on our number 1, copy this one as it is. Copy, then VI, then paste. Enter, insert. Now copy now this script, this small part from the first point to where we have the curly brackets. Then you paste. So we are through that part. Okay, let's move to number 2. The procedure is the same. Go to this one, copy. Hope we are together up to that point. Enter. then copy the script. Okay, we are through with our number 1. Then number 2, we have this one. Copy the procedure is the same. Copy. Then we have the VI. Insert. Then copy. Then we paste. Okay, escape, :WQ. Okay, we are through with our number 2. Let's move to number 3. Number 3, copy. Then paste. Then on next section, you paste the small part. Okay. So what I do? Next step, escape, QQ. Okay, then next step, VI. Then you move to our number 4. What you're actually doing is to copy the main C. Then you paste on your web terminal for the whole thing to be correct. If you at all you miss one of the steps, the code will show an error at the end of the day. So ensure that you follow the procedures, or rather the steps, as I have aligned them to you. Okay, let's move to, then we have escape, WQ, VI, number 5. This is our number 5. Insert. Then we move to the next part. I hope that you are still we are still together up to this point. Okay, then you paste, enter, insert. Then next part, our number 7, copy the 7, main C, enter, insert. Then you copy the script up to the last curly brackets that we have, paste, escape, WQ, and the VI. Then we move to the next part, number 8, the 8 main C, so VI. Then we move to, we are almost through. So number 9 does not have it, so you move now to number 10. So copy these. escape WQ. Then our number 11 does not have it, so you move to 1 which is our last part. So VI, then you paste, insert, then copy, then escape WQ. Enter. So actually we are through with our step number 2, which is very crucial for accomplishment of the objective of this lesson. Okay, let's move to number 3. Having done all those steps, the next step is to compile all the codes using the JCC provided. Now that's the easiest part. So go to your code. So go all the way to number 1. Okay, so this is our JCC, just as you can see. So what you're supposed to do, copy the whole script, then you paste, then you go to number 2, redo the same thing, copy, and this one you need to be a little bit careful so that you don't copy other things. Okay, the next part, copy, then paste, then to the next one. This one you should take the shortest time possible because you just highlight that small line. Okay, let's go to number 5. We are reading number 7. We are almost through. So why we are doing this? If you look at the conditions, the requirement. Let me go back to this one. If you look at this one, all your file will be compiled on Ubuntu 20.04 LTS using the JSS, using the option this one, JSS, wall, where, extra, Pentric, and STD. So that's why we are doing this one. Okay. So we are number 7. So we move to number 8. Then for number 9, copy this one, the specific part, this one. Don't ignore the number 9 as we are done on the other part on step number 2. Okay, number 10. And also number 11, this is the part that we're supposed to copy this. So having copied the door, I will paste and press enter. Then our last part, we have the GSS and copy this one. Then you paste. So actually what we have done, we have accomplished step number 2, which required not the number 2, rather the number 3, which is you compile all the codes using the not J, but GCC. Now, having done that, we move now to our last part. Then our last part is to git add, then git commit, then you can maybe, this is supposed to be maybe the nested, the name of the assignment, nested loops. Then the last part, we have git. That is our last part. So as you can see, is that we have completed with one local object, GitHub, this one, that other part. So those are the steps that you are required to follow for you to accomplish this assignment. So just take your time, go through the video, don't ignore any part, because each part counts for you to get the whole thing correct. So once again, I take this opportunity to thank you, the viewers who has taken the time to watch this video. I hope that you have learned something small on how to accomplish this assignment. So don't forget to comment in case you have any question that require clarification. Also ensure that you share with your friends who are doing the similar course, so that they will have something on to check in case they get to any kind of barrier. And lastly, don't also forget to subscribe. Continue subscribing. Let's support the channel so that we can continue to learn together. Thank you. Have a lovely study day. Take care. So those are my codes. You can see that all of them are correct. They are showing the green color.